I'll be able to see the chat. This out of the way. Lord, this hideous cold ass shit. Well, eventually, important, intelligent people will show up. Until then, we wait. Well, hell, I lost that other magnet. Welcome in. Hey, Xander. Darla is supposed to be feeling better. She should be along shortly. Hey, Mandy. Damn it, Mandy. I'm glad you're here. Where the hell? There we go. Yeah, I've known Mandy for quite a while, too. I have zero problems. Hey, Sugar Bee. I have zero problems with any trolls here. They last about a half a second if they're brave enough to say something. Hey, Sugar Bee. Well, I found the damn thing. Hey, Darla. Glad you're feeling better. Yeah, it just wasn't the same without you, hon. Not at all. Yeah. Yeah, that's Max. I'm fixing to have him chasing the little piece of paper here. Just about that. Well, hopefully. Now comes the hardest part. I got to stick it over in there. I think I'm going to leave it for a while this time, though. This all sounds very bad. Get all the crap off the top of it. How's everybody's week been going with the fires and the economic collapse and the, see what else, the alien invasion and see espionage, all that other good stuff. It's been an interesting week. I mean, hadn't it, Sugar Bee? It's been a crazy ass fucking week. It's been very interesting. People pay to watch this stuff on daytime TV. Of course, I knew that would happen. How did I know that would happen? Oh Lord. Earlier today, saw two different places. One supposedly official. You know how that works. Talking about disclosure is beginning the 13th, which is today, yesterday for the Aussies. All our wonderful friends down under. And supposed to go until the 19th, so they should start unloading some shit. I don't believe they will, but I can say they've had the Apaches circling the whole area all day, pretty close together. I'm gonna fix that. Well, let me. Oh, there we go. That'll work. Oh, I'm just gonna have to reach in there. There we go. Perfect. Plan 2. Oh, what is she doing live? I'm sure she checks them out later. And Heaven's just way too much of a sweetheart to ever let anybody down, fucking accidentally or on purpose. I'm a little disappointed that y'all got her to cuss on stream yesterday without her realizing it. Or say a cuss word on stream without her realizing it, and I missed it. I've got those little pellets. They've got red and green ones. The red one are shrimp, and the green ones are supposed to be algae pellets, which is where that algae came from. You just hide one in there up under the rocks. There we go. having to cut up a piece of plastic to wrap around the damn magnet like I had originally done that didn't work so hot. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get him a tank here pretty soon. This homemade squeegee crap is a headache. I'll tell you what, where's my, there it is, come here you. I have several, but the algae keeps the water clean and adds oxygen because there's no filter. He's in a gigantic pet store bowl. Yeah, I haven't got that far yet. I just decided I'd wipe it off today. You know, because planning, all that good stuff, because I didn't do that. But he does need it, though. I just got to figure out a way to make the damn thing stay on the magnet for right now. And plus, I don't have a hot glue gun. Of all the shit I got flopping around here, pardon the pun, I don't have a hot glue gun. There we go. Oh man, yeah, I don't like tropical fish. Yeah, yeah, I'm not a fan of tropical fish that have to have a bunch of buddies. If he gets a bigger tank, he can get some of those mini cats and hell else is it? Those little zebrafish. And other than that, put a fancy tail goldfish in there with them, and they'll kill it. They'll just hound it to death. There we go. Let's try this a third time. I ain't got time to pet you, dude. Well, they've actually got some filter cartridges now for the smaller aquariums, like the little 5-gallon, what the hell is it? The cheap ass pet store aquariums. They've even got a 1-gallon square thing for sitting in the corner of a desk. And it's got a filter system in it. But the water will eventually kill them because it just circulates too quick and they never really get a chance to rest or sleep or anything. He'll cram himself up inside the well, it just won't have enough. Well, it does, just barely. But he'll cram himself up in the roots of the sweet potato plant and hang out and sleep. Here in a minute, he's going to start gobbling up the algae. And he's always nibbling on those sweet potato roots. There we go. All better. Yeah, I do need to wipe the outside too. I'm sure that shit's dusty. Just going to get him in an aquarium that's square. I'll just keep the one side done, the front window. But I'll have a hell of a lot more plants in there. I'll have like a little seascape to crawl around in. Yeah, he knows what the bottle is. Sneak those in there. And that's all you got to do. Drop him in there. If he's not over there, just rake that plate a little bit and he'll come running. He could give a damn now. He's already eaten. No, now he's looking for what's supposed to be over here that's not. I'm sorry, dude. I was just showing him. Well, I've got 3 in there. Those little banks, the little square things with 3 little LEDs in it. And got them sitting like that. And they don't seem to really bother him that much. I mean, the water's a little cooler than my hand. Ooh, Lord. Yeah, that algae's starting to peel off of the rocks. I am going to have to change his water here. Throw meat. Damn, I mean, there's been a helicopter around the house constantly all day. I'm starting to come in just low enough to fuck with my eardrums. Has everybody heard all the other horrible news? I like how after the LA fires and shit, what was it? Mel Gibson said, yeah, it's kind of good to have lost his possessions, for the fires to have taken his house, because he's freed from those possessions. And everybody takes that as he must be glad some evidence burned up. And for the last 15 years or so, he's been the loudest guy speaking out against all the shit going on in Hollywood. I sure do. but they're not usually here like this. Generally, you don't see one as close to the house as I've shown them in some of my little clips. Like the couple of jets that I've shown go over the house, that's about how high they'd be when they just get off the runway. And I'm at least a mile and a half away from the end of that runway. Maybe a mile and a quarter. Yeah, where they don't just outright fucking cancel the policies. That's what's getting me. They're doing this shit on purpose. And if you do a little bit of research and look into the proposed high-speed railway transit for LA and what its route was supposed to be and where all its shit was supposed to go, and then you look at where those fires go, and it looks a lot like Lahaina, Hawaii. Yeah, he's actually getting all of his color back all the way around. I'm still worried that it's not all going to come all the way back and join back together. But man, he's gotten bigger. I'm going to have to go back and clip a frame from each one when he's right about here in the bowl in the frame. See how much bigger he's got. A laser beam. Dude's got a clip of it. His channel got took down earlier. So I should say dude had a clip of it. Yeah, it was just a little half-second burst. And then after that, if you get the right clip with the right camera, you can see them coming down here and there hitting cars and shit because the cars are melted just like they were in Lahaina. There's just not enough vegetation there to support those fires and shit. And not only that, Super Dave's got a video up. I know, right? Fucking censorship. But Super Dave has a video up called Smart Meters or Not. And it pretty much explains what another video explains, and I believe it's about the same house too, where the old house, the house that was there to start with, didn't have a smart meter. The one behind it did, and the one behind the old house burned down. Just coincidentally. Most of the other houses in the neighborhood had a smart meter because you had to pay to not have a smart meter. Hey, sus guys. So, of course, the poor people, they're like, well, fuck it. Yeah, we'll do the smart meter thing. And so their houses burned down. Hey, Jackie. I'll have to check that out for sure. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They were zapping that whole fucking coastline like Star Wars. And well, most of the day today over my house, good enough to see glint off of the windows and shine off a dude's fucking helmet visor. We've had forward attack Apache helicopters just circling the area. Hey, John P. I mean, it's getting real. They're fixing to pull the card. They've already started the supply chain breakdown. Hey, Auntie Honey. Yeah, they've already started the supply chain breakdowns. Let's see. It might iron itself out by April, but if not, and I mean, if it's not starting to get better towards the end of February, it'll really be hitting bottom in April, and then it's going to get bad. It's going to be like the Great Depression again for a little while. Of course, everybody with four legs has to go outside. Except for Daisy. Yeah, well, see, that's the thing. There's a bunch of those running around too. The first wave that's going to fuck us up is going to be our own people, in reverse engineered and technology that was given to us, and they're going to be thinning out the herd. That's going to be their main thing, and I don't think the other dudes are going to step in until it's to the point where we're either about to ruin the planet or make ourselves go extinct. Because while they're not necessarily our enemies, they're not necessarily our friends either. They're kind of indifferent. And so that's why we get to be test subjects and shit, because while we're valuable, it's a case of if you do that procedure on him, it could kill him. Let's find out. And that's the level of care they take. I mean, for real. I mean, it's like Fauci with the fucking those poor damn beagles. I mean, just monstrous shit. I saw those. You know what? You know what really gets me though? Yeah, Baba Vanga's pretty good. The other dude's pretty good, and this other dude, there's another dude that's really pretty good. But then you you go and you watch the Simpsons cartoons, and I mean, you watch them, and you go and you find the one where Trump announced his presidency. Pretty good, Jackie. How have you been, hun? But you go and you watch the one where Trump announces his presidency, and he's coming down the escalator, and you watch the cartoon on The Simpsons where he's coming down the escalator, and you get him right about like this, and in the background there's a dude that drops a poster on the cartoon. No, in real life, and about a half a second later, the one in the cartoon drops. I mean, they either have the most accurate, most timely, precise psychic that has ever lived, or maybe the most powerful mutant psychic that X-Men dreams that they could have in their movies. Makes Professor X look like a fucking retard. Or the guys that are planning it are telling them what they can show, because the rules are they have to show it. Hey, Jules. I mean, there's no point to fear anyway. I don't fear death. I fear the pain that happens right before death. I don't enjoy pain. if that makes any sense. Yeah, I'm going to be getting that shipped off here very soon. Hey, Maria. Yeah, there's also been literally all over the place today. Bigfoot, you name it. UFO, you name it. Let's see, there's, oh, good God, Ernie. Hold on just a second. Of course, I'll have to open it again in a second. There was, earlier today, a dude did a little thing on some papers that he read from 49, sorry. I'm talking about plasmoid beings. And I believe the first place that I heard about plasmoid beings was, what, about 3-4 years ago? When Bruce finally termed it. But yeah, the plasmoid being shit, that's real. The high altitude sky beasts, that shit's real. Like jellyfish, but in the air. Like as high up, the least amount of pressure as you can possibly get, with the least body density you can possibly have. Just like the shit at the bottom of the ocean by the heat vents, under 18 miles of fucking pressure, or 18 atmospheres of pressure, except the reverse, right there on the edge of space. And shit like that, if you can live there, it's not impossible for you to get blown off of this planet and end up on the damn moon, or to have come from there to start with. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I try to be here pretty regularly, Jackie. Just keep an eye out for us. We can always catch up. Until I forget who I am, and once I have my first really good long Biden moment, when I come back to myself, I'll explain it, and somebody else can take over. I'll wait until after I've changed my pants before I do the live on that one, though. Oh, that was yesterday. They released a thing. God, it was from the early 50s, I think, explaining what weather modifications, how it's done, all that good shit. Just exactly what they're doing now. Oh, nothing, just a quick chat. We cleaned his bowl. Well, cleaned the side of his bowl. I need to actually put him in a little cup and clean that shit. It's looking a little rough. At least wipe off the smooth rocks anyway. Hey, out to lunch. Well, they're from some damn where. Yeah, it's going down. Whatever the hell it is, it's going down. See, at least three times a day for the last week or so, there's been videos from different people bringing up Werner von Braun always talking about the last card they'll play will be a fake alien invasion, and it looks like that shit's ramping up. Now all we gotta do is survive until the aliens decide to step in and tell the monkeys to stop. I know, right? Just some, we don't know shit. Of course, at the same time today, when they released all this stuff, there's been two different, one day before yesterday and one today, two different documentaries extolling the authenticity of the Shroud of Turin and the two pieces that were sent to the other two places. The fuck was it? They used an electron microscope or some shit to examine the blood samples on it, or on all three of them, and they all match. They're all from the same person. And Jesus was a real person, and see, what is it? The Jewitic faith, the old original shit, says that the Messiah is the one who has conquered death, which Jesus did. He came back 3 days later. And then he ascended to heaven, and he's done with this place. Now there's going to have to be another dude that can do that. Because, why the hell would you come back here? That's why they're saying a second coming, that there's going to be another Messiah. And Christians say it's going to be the same dude again, and that's their beef. It's always the smallest little shit over the same damn thing. And nobody catches on. Like, the head people don't, like, they haven't figured it out. It's like, wait a minute. This is the difference between beige and light brown. I have no idea. I've only just started digging into that in the last 3 days, to be honest. As far as the UFO shit, I'm just watching outside. Just keep a look out your windows. You'll get a front row fucking seat, I promise. This should be Bruce saying all this shit, man. I can only imagine. I can only fucking imagine. Which is another, man. I've been kind of stewing on this shit all week. O positive means that, oh God, what is it? You can only take blood from, what is it? O negative, or the hell is it? O negative or other negatives that have been purified or some shit. I'm Rh negative. I don't know. Hell, 7's on. I should have hit the join thing. I think next time we just have a big long chat, I'll do that. I'll just hit the join thing. And we can sit here and talk over each other all night. Oh man. Am I? Yeah, no, I'm O negative. I know I'm very hard to kill. Any positive is poison to Rh negative. We can only take Rh negative, O negative. That's it. And then it's still got to be purified. But we can take direct blood transfusion from another O negative, and you just get sick from it. Oh God, recessive something or rhesus something. I think it's some kind of a rhesus, something to do with rhesus monkey, and O negative has none of it. Yeah, rhesus monkey, but I forget what the H stands for. Oh, RH factor. Okay. See, we've all just taught me something. Now I'm a little less dumb thanks to y'all. I will try to use it wisely. Yeah. Fucking oh God, anaphylactic shock. What? I didn't know RH negatives had to do that. It's already going. Most of it's been beaten out already. Yeah, I'm proud not to have any monkey in me. It makes me wonder though. Maybe it's why I got my 20-year boomerang ride. I wonder if anybody's ever checked into that. See how many of the 20 and back survivors have Rh negative blood, and specifically O negative. You better not start messing with that damn paper towel. I'll have to get my fingers wet again. Tequila. Runny and sticky. You should probably get that typed just so you know. I think I got it from my mom. She's fucking psychotic. I got the other side of the coin. I'm just so smart it's crazy. Hey, Wayno. Wayno, what do you think of our impending doom? Well then if you know his blood type, then you know yours. Because you can only get a transfusion from the same blood type. Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, the blood compatibility thing, and then if it didn't match up, they couldn't issue a license because again, was it too close genetically? Now, they didn't tell you back in the 40s and shit, but they knew about that shit back then. Hell, they already had fucking Cabbage Patch Kids, but they were real children. Yeah, it's risky. Yeah. Sus, you can't regenerate enough blood to stop yourself from bleeding to death, though. Even if you stitch it up and get it closed up real good, there's still some seepage. That's crazy. How the hell they figure that shit out? Null. I've never heard of that. See, they're the aliens. I know, right? If it's God's will, if he wants me, he's going to take me, and I can't stop it. Until then, I'm basically indestructible. Oh, what is it? Right around a quart and a half. For average sized person. Yeah, about a quart and a half, about 5 to 6 pints. Also, I've heard if you can turn a person's head all the way around 3 times, it pops off like a cork. But who the hell would ever be that pissed off to do that? Good God, less than 50. Those poor bastards must have to have their own blood bank. Yeah, just odd facts. Less than 3? Well, at least now I feel special instead of special. Yeah, it's what I've always heard. I know I can catch on to a lot of shit before it's happening, and until the aliens started showing up, I didn't have a whole lot of trouble with any kind of seizures and shit. Yeah, it does seem that way. I bet you out of lunch is one of them null people, and that's all. That's why she had to get the blood from the kid, because that was the only one near. We're not holding it against you. I'd say it's cool as hell. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to clean his bowl tomorrow. It's looking grungy. So y'all don't think it looks too bad. Let me slap y'all up into the bowl real quick and then pull you out slowly. See that stuff down there? The stuff, it's like a net. And then it broke and fell where it was connected to the freaking hell, where did I find out what that is? That's not gold tiger's eye. It's oh hell. I'll have to look at the rock store again. But it's not black tiger's eye. We're trying to assimilate. Y'all picked a good continent to do it on, man. If y'all can get used to that place, the rest of the world is going to be a breeze. Nope, you got something attacking you, buddy. What's that? Oh, it's just a Wolverine. He's nothing. I'm going to take him home for a pet. You'd probably say something like, "Come here, you wee bugger," and pick him up and put him in a headlock. Yeah. I can't do it. It's just, I don't see how people can so easily ignore their conscience. I mean, that voice, that little voice feeling in the back of your head that you're about to do something wrong, that's God talking to you, telling you you're about to fuck up. What the hell? Donate or go to jail? My ass would have been in jail. See, I think that what Jules just said there makes me think about another thing that I heard with all this 23andMe shit. They were doing that just together DNA coding, which is probably why somebody got forced to donate or go to jail, because they didn't have any codes on hand for him. Yeah. I mean, I could maybe see it, but or go to jail. There's no need for that. Any rational human being would have come up to dude and been like, "Hey, there's been a gigantic fucking accident. We need as much blood as you can spare until you're dizzy headed, because we got that many motherfuckers fucked up. Please help." And any normal human being would have been like, "Okay," and started rolling up his sleeve, which I'm sure he would have done if they had approached him that way. But that coming out as a threat right off the bat, donate or go to jail, no, that don't sound kosher. Yeah. Zoltan. I can say it, but is there a oh, Maria's a null? That's awesome. Is there a, when you say Zoltan, is there a hand gesture you're supposed to make? Because there is, I'll fucking, what do y'all say? I'll cock it up. No, Darla, Maria's a null. Oh, no, that's another, that's another funny thing. Brace yourselves. You've all heard the the list of 5 countries, right? That Trump wants to add. It's because during this last market dip, when everything got really shitty and stuff, he gained corporate control over those countries, meaning he owns them, which is why he's been running around wearing a purple tie to signify royalty. Because, yeah. Yeah, but there's got to be something specific about it, because if it got down to where it was like that, it would be like our Ozark inbreds, you know, fucking 3 teeth drooling, eyes looking 2 different directions. Not normal people that could continue and, you know, keep continuing. But yeah, that's why, and that's also why all the talk about if forced by necessary and shit like that, and why they're making meme jokes with a picture of the continent of Australia there, and it says, you know, hey Trump, did you forget these guys don't have guns anymore? I have a pretty good feeling Australia is going to end up Americanized. The ones that live through it anyway. I mean, I hate to always be bringing all the fucking joy and sunshine, but this is the part. This is the part where it comes down to who's left standing when the dust settles. Pardon the pun again. But yeah, it'd be who's left standing when the dust settles. They're getting close now. I might run outside and watch one pass real quick. I'd like to know where the Cree came from before they had to go on fucking Trail of Tears and end up in a swamp. The one thing that I do know is they took all the Indians and they marched them around in a big fucking loop until everybody got to a different place that they didn't really know how to live, and then they stopped. And the survivors got to live in certain areas there. Sugar Bee's a Viking, like Alias. I'm seeing a lot of beautiful places. A lot of them I wish I could get to. If they'll come on with the damn med beds and head off all this shit that they're fixing to crank up, maybe I'll get to. I did make the decision today, though, that regardless of however good shit's going or not, because it's only going to get worse for me from here, unless they pop out with those med beds, that there's a high possibility that I could be on a live and y'all could get to watch me have a seizure and trip and fall face first and drowned in 3 inches of water in a creek somewhere, looking for rocks. It is a possibility. And I should also warn y'all too that if the supply lines break down to the point that medications can't be delivered, let's see, I've got a month's supply now. So if shit breaks down to the point that shipments stop in 30 days, whatever they've got in the buildings here will dictate my lifespan after about, see, I'll make it maybe 14, 20 days after. Maybe. It'll just be a spontaneous shutdown. A system overload and a shutdown. But I'm cool with it. And apparently that's what God has intended. Trump said he's supposed to get him after he gets in. His second day, see, his first day, oh, I will. I'll come hang out for a while. There'll be people give you a bad look in the give you a bad look in the grocery store, and they'll walk past you and fall down. No, I'm not. I mean, I brought it up to Tony earlier. I was in kind of a bad mood, a little depressed about it. That, I've got no friends here. There's nothing, no ties to make me stay here in this little city. And the family that I've got is her family, Darla, Dr. J, and everybody in my chat groups. And a lot of them that were here aren't here because they're watching the other 2 people that were here. I don't think he was so much of a loner as he just didn't like putting up with people's bullshit. And if he was a loner, there wouldn't have been no camping trips, no get-togethers, no hangouts. I don't do none of that shit. I figured out a long time ago, any people around you is too many people to have to watch. And plus everything he was saying, showing, compared against absolutely everything that's going down right now and everything that's coming out, literally every fucking thing I've heard said and repeated from so many sources, from official documents from the fucking 40s. Sorry, we might have lost a couple people there due to my F-word filled mouth. Oopsies. Yeah. Yeah, and I mean it wasn't until, oh God, I wish you could fucking get into his computer. I'll go and I'll dig for that email. I know I've still got it. But it said, I'm getting worried. Some of the shit that I'm showing, blah blah blah. They're probably gonna dump my channel or just have me dealt with, quote unquote. And I'm like, well, you got to think about it. If they do, they are definitely going to shadow ban you, because they damn sure don't want somebody that purposely retired because he taught himself astronomy to break news that they haven't broke yet, that they're still trying to hide, and you're fucking freely showing it. It really got bad. This was right after, Darla, if you go through and look, it was on one of his shorts where he showed some crater. I want to say it was Clavius crater or some shit. And he had its little red circle around it. And it was the thing, it was nothing to do with the fucking crater. He put it up being a smartass. Just up and to the right of the crater is the remains of that fucking castle. Just sitting there. And I was like, hey, I love the way you snuck that castle in there. It was beautiful the way he'd do that shit. And he fucking knew enough to point out where NASA's full of shit, where they're flat out lying to you. And all this shit starts going down. There's no fucking way. There's no fucking way. And that I have no idea. It was. It was. It's real. It's real. So is the war for the Kuiper Belt. It used to be a planet. And the people that lived there that survived just said, fuck it, it's still a planet. And I think it got blown up for its resources or some shit. And so now everybody's fighting over the resources. Yeah. Yeah, the Kuiper Belt. Damn. I can understand it. I did that for a while. When Dad passed, for the longest time, just if he crossed my mind even slightly, I'd break down crying. And I mean, that was for the longest time. It was just sometime last year that, shit, just in the last 6 months, I had all three of those dreams. Same setting, same environment, same general feeling and mood. I mean, yeah, and all three of them was like, it's gonna be okay. I'm all right. It's all good. Hey, Blackjack. Waiting on one to get down low enough y'all can hear it. Yeah, I mean, there's shit going on. And then, the last few days have had me thinking. There's been so many things clicking. like the Simpsons deal. You know, they've either got the most perfect psychic that has ever existed on the face of the planet, or they were being told what to put in the cartoons by the people that were planning it. And everybody's still playing their part. No, just emotional withdrawal. You withdraw into yourself. It's hard to talk. It's like you lose your will to want to do anything. And I mean, it's just a complete withdrawal from the world. It's like it's like becoming a super hermit, and your superpower is not wanting to have anything to do with the world at all. Having all the joy removed from everything. Breathing becomes a task that you almost have to force yourself to do. Yeah, yeah. First thing I say every morning, I just noticed for the last 3 or 4 days, but first thing I say every morning when I wake up is, damn it, man. Yep. Yep, he's hiding in strict routine. Yep, I've done that. I mean, I can't imagine how hard it would be on him if he didn't have a job to at least occupy his mind for that many hours of the day. Yeah, I wish I could help him. I wish there was something I could do. Some words I could put together that would help. And the worst part is all this shit, the whole fucking world is just going to get worse for a little while. And we've got to keep in mind too, while all this shit's getting worse, let's set aside keep the hope, but set it behind, on the back burner. But this shit has got to be so horribly bad, so much worse than anything that has ever been before, that no human being that survives it will ever allow it to happen again. Now, just think about that. Oh, me too. I'm still crying about it. Him and Dad. I'm puzzled about the old guy. I can't place the face. I don't know if it's from slight memory loss or what. Oh, what about all this shit that's going on? You see, every time I think about how this shit went down with Bruce, it just, there they go, getting closer again. And then all the shit that's going down now, and it's like he was too close to being able to uncover the plan and show everybody what was about to happen, either right before it was happening or as it was happening, and showing too much, too soon, and too fast. And it's like, what the fuck was the point? This was, let me see, September, October, November, December. I mean, was it really that fucking necessary for 90 more fucking days of secrecy? It is. It really is. He's got to get it out. It'll fucking kill him. It'll eat him alive. I know. I finally figured out that I've got to keep myself calm, though, or I'll have a seizure. I get like really pissed off real quick. It's all fine for about 20 minutes, and then I'm a jitterbug. He's got to get those emotions out. Negative emotions that are experienced for too long or too often can actually cause neurological damage. It might have been. It might have been. He might have just been waiting on you to look up and be like, "Yep, gotta go." I mean, as I understand it, you don't have to come back as a person. You don't necessarily have to have a physical form, and that's where you get all your fucking your white ethereal deers and shit, and your disappearing hawks. Your unicorns. Although I'm pretty sure that's a real animal. What hairs? There are no hairs. That's the. Is that better? What hairs? I don't see the hairs. That's, you mean those? Hairs moved but not gone. Oh. Sorry, I got 5 dogs in the room. You're very methodical about it, like I'm carving a stone. There. Is that better? Ish. They're on the bottom. Oh, I see them. I see them. Damn it. Is that better? Where? Oh, I see him. God damn, you got some good camera going on. I mean, a good screen. Now I'm finding them. Thanks, Jules. It was easy to ignore before you came along. I'm just gonna have to clean the whole damn table off. Deal with it. No, I'm not going bald yet. Not yet. I'm only just now starting to get gray hairs. I got more on my chin and in my mustache than anywhere else. So if I can make it another 9 years or so, it'll really start speeding up. I know, right? He's gonna have some what my granddad did videos to show people. I mean, I knew he'd have his place in the history books, but I didn't think it'd be because of some shit like this. That's just, I mean, god damn, man. Was it fucking really necessary for 90 motherfucking days? I'm sorry, 120 motherfucking days of more silence. Gotta plan the airplane crash. Gotta plan the airplane crash. Holy shit. Oh man. That's true. That's true. To a younger person, it hasn't been very long at all. The advantage of age is that you at least get used to losing people beyond your control. You have just, they're there and then they're not. Hardest thing I ever watched, and I wish I hadn't made the decision to leave the room before I killed somebody. The hardest thing I ever watched was some old crabby old witch and an old dude in a hospital bed and 2 hospice nurses. And dude's obviously going through some shit, making all kinds of, final noises and stuff. And that old fucking haggy ass bitch says, I can't stand this shit no more, and goes over to the morphine bottle and takes the little squitcher thing and sticks it down in there and sucks a bunch up. Fills the whole fucking thing all up. Goes over there with the squirty thing. Pulls his mouth open, sticks it in there, and pushes the plunger down. Walks away and says, I just can't take this shit no more. And I decided I should go outside right now. I shouldn't have gone outside. I should have stayed my ass right there and waited. And when the beeps stopped, then I should have did what I avoided doing. I should have not avoided it. But the odd thing is, until I had that dream where Dad came, said goodbye at the front door and shit, I couldn't deal with that memory. I couldn't repeat that without breaking down, absolutely crying. there's been a lot of big changes, probably in a lot of us in the last 2 or 3 weeks, if you really stop and think about it. If you really do a self inspection, I bet you there's a lot of shit changed. Oh, thank God I'm not on anything like that yet, I don't think. But now, instead of 3 handfuls of pills a day, I take 4 in the morning, 1 in the middle of the day, and 3 at night. So my kidneys are not working nearly as hard as they were. Doctor says stay on it and everything should be fine. And I just got my fingers crossed. Hopefully the supply lines will hold up. And if they don't, they don't. I mean, what the hell can you do? Yeah, I got 2 spots in my back that are pretty fucked up. The vertebrae are shattered and dead. And I got 3 in my neck that see the middle one's broken 3 pieces, the top one's broken half, and the bottom one's broken 4 pieces. But the vertebrae in my back, the T5 is shattered into like 8 or 9 pieces, and it's dead. It's like the most constant sore spot I've ever had in my life. Like the sorest muscles, and you just can't work it out. I definitely sympathize with you. I can say I finally got old enough that I had my first run-in with real arthritis just 3 days ago when it was at its just coldest and most moist it could possibly be. My left ankle swelled up like a damn softball. Yeah, me too. I especially got it in my fingers. That's the one that's always bruised. You can see where. This one was for holding them. And I'm not even making a joke either. Hold them with the left and just drill the hell out of them. You end up with calluses in between your knuckles. Whole fucking the back of my hand looks like it's just been burned. Oh, I hope he can deal with it as easily. I mean, I'm betting and guessing that those of us that Bruce's came to were sure it was him. He came to us because he knew we wouldn't be able to deal with it. He knew we needed help. And if he hasn't come to his son yet, I just have to have faith that Bruce knows he's going to be okay. God, I hope he's going to be okay. Truly, yeah. Yeah. And then when he's able to read any of it back without just breaking down, he'll be starting to get better. It's going to be oh man. It took me years and years. And I'm really not sure if the dreams that I had with the you know, bright, cheery atmosphere at the front door, you know, hugging a pat on the back and see you later, was real, or me having some kind of a mental breakdown and seeing that shit in my dreams so that I could deal with it in real life. And the old guy could have been me having a mental infarction, being worried about the existence of God. Which, I mean, I'm pretty sure he exists. Another thing that was pointed out is the Jewish word for God is El. And Elohim is just plural. It's just plural. And they don't want to admit there's more than one. And some of them might be working together, or maybe they're all working against us. I know there's only one that I've heard about that's supposed to be friends with everybody. That's the Jesus is the name I holler out when I'm suddenly scared shitless. Love you, Jackie. Yeah, all of them. I mean, hell, I thought I had figured something out when I caught onto the thing of modern words don't mean what they actually mean, and then ran across dudes like my lunch break and shit that started explaining that. I thought I'd ran across something. Ooh, buddy. Now they're just being blatant with it. If you pay attention, now they're just starting to just be blatant about it. Like was it Stephen Greer finally said on some stupid clip today that of course, you know, if there was a battleship on our planet, it would be in the ocean. Well, no shit. About the Baltic Sea anomaly. And I wonder who thought that besides every fucking person on Earth that saw the Baltic Sea anomaly. Sorry, I'm playing with my sweet potato. And then, well, I mean, the two official things, supposedly official statements talking about disclosure should span from the 13th to the 20th. Well, that's today here. That's yesterday for Australia. Should have been way earlier today for anybody here in England or Britain or New Zealand. Hell, New Zealand's probably 2 days ahead of us. Did I miss somebody? Oh, crap. It must be way back up there. There it is. That is odd. Conditional immortality. Oh, yeah, I mean, that's basically what it is. But it's the conditional thing, though. Yeah, a soul. I mean, it's a soul in itself is eternal, period. I mean, really, if you, well, oh God, okay. 3 hours ahead of East Coast Australia. So yeah, y'all are technically 3 days ahead of America because you're in tomorrow 3 days before it's tomorrow for Australia for us. Super time travelers. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't start a large religious theological discussion. I think that would be most wise. Well, thank you, Wayno, because yeah, thank you. I did miss that. So he did come by. And see, I think that supports the other thing that I had thought. My other suspicion is that if he hasn't come to see his son yet, it's because he knows his son is going to be strong enough to accept this shit and be okay. It's just going to take his own time. Maybe he knows it'll make him stronger if it goes this way. I'm pretty sure he came to me because he knew I was already having seizures, and this would probably do it. Like I better get by there and try to calm him down. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And Indians used to think that your long hair helped connect you to the earth better because you could feel the vibrations. And since I've started growing my hair back out and it's starting to get longer, I'm I'm a little more emotionally balanced, I guess. Either that or I've gone numb. I think about him constantly. Yeah, yeah, your hair. It's your body's antenna. Every time you cut your hair short, you interfere with the signal coming from the earth. Or, well, the natives would say it makes it harder for you to feel Mother Earth. It's Mother Earth and Father Sky and no hairy men and all that good shit. It's real. Indians have been talking about it for the longest time, way before white people got here. Yeah, your teeth are your body circuits, and most of mine are almost gone. I've got I've got eight working body circuits, and everything is running through those, and that's why I'm having the seizures. Of course, if you try to tell a doctor that, they'll tell you that's just crazy. Wow. Yeah, keratin too. But I mean, if you think about it, though, all we really are. Grab a Dr. Pepper here. If you think about it, all we really are is a collection of some elements and some water with some electricity running through it. And somehow or other, while all that shit's working great, that electricity is contained within the shell that is a body. And then when the body dies, the soul leaves the body, and it's been filmed happening. Yeah, mine are pretty strong too, but I spent a lot of time hitting them with hammers. That one hasn't taken it so well. I'm trying to get it to come back with nail hardener and epoxy, but it's still split all the way up to the nail bed, and it was starting to splinter all across there. So I had to start getting the hardener and the epoxy. Oh yeah, I'm always sitting over here on the couch looking at Max. I mean, this is what I look over here at. Max, Dad, and Bruce. Be surprised how often I have to go back and rewatch sections of videos because I completely missed it. Yeah, isn't it like 0.5 ounces or some shit, or 0.5 grams or something? Oh God, Lyme disease. Jeez. I was beaten as a child. My teeth were fucked up by the time I was 8. No, he hasn't caught any more. I only had that one that was starting to let me get cool with it, which I guess it was kind of my fault leaving it where he could get to the water in there, because he figured, I guess he thought, hey, he's made me a new house. And that wasn't what it was. Yeah, just suddenly lighter. I even remember when I was a kid reading how they did that study. Just old people about to die and terminal people about to die, and they just put the patient in the bed and sit there and wait, and it'd get lighter. Remember, one person had tried to argue with me that it was just because the body relaxes. And I don't care if you're relaxed or tense, you weigh the same amount. I mean, it's just that the being tense or being relaxed doesn't explain it. Plus, it's been filmed. You should look up, Jules, everybody, y'all should look up this video, soul filmed leaving the body at moment of death. And there's one in particular that's an ambulance at a crash scene, filmed from a little bit of a distance away, and you see a little light just up out of the top of the, just straight up, and then they slow it down, and you can tell, yeah, that's something that's not a flashing light coming straight up out of the top of that ambulance, and keeps on going. In person, I bet that was freaky. Ah, yeah, I'm thinking it took Dad so long to get around and coming to see me because I never could get past it. I think he thought I was strong enough to deal with it, and I might have had been if I hadn't beat myself up over how everything went down. Yeah. And see, when you can find the ones that just they're not talking for 45 minutes and then they show somebody running away from some guy under a sheet, they're actually usually pretty decent ones, like the video "The Spark of Life," and that one I just mentioned, soul filmed leaving the body at moment of death. They're hard to find. Like they don't just pop up across suggestions when you're scrolling. They want to hide that shit, and keep everybody afraid. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it actually has weight. It has mass. And oh, let's see. I need to start writing this shit down. I need to start doing like 7, writing this shit down if I'm going to try to talk about anything. But see, there's several people talking about, it's just like anything else. It's a part of a life cycle. Like the soul is created and put into a chrysalis, and then when the chrysalis is destroyed, the soul leaves, or when the chrysalis finally matures and the soul is matured, it leaves on its own. And the more matured the soul is, uh, has something to do with whether or not you get a sentient spirit that's like a protective spirit, or if you get something that's like a ghost. Like if it's a crazy person, you're probably going to get a ghost, like the bang your shit around, throw dishes, and make the bed jump up and down kind of ghost, because they're crazy. And people call it demons. No, it's crazy motherfuckers. Some of them could be people, that got tortured to death. No, see what they do is they put the bed and the patient on a gigantic scale, and they sat there and they watched because they knew it was imminent. Like with elderly people, and people that had just all they could take, and they knew they were fixing to die, and so they'd put the bed on this gigantic scale, and when the heart stopped beating, it got lighter. You can't really use the "it's the body going limp" argument because the people were already laying there pretty much unconscious. Hey, Gate Smasher. I mean, there's more to it than nothing, because they actually did a fucking experiment, and their conclusion was that the soul has weight. And from like the video, The Spark of Life, it shows a egg on a slide being fertilized in vitro, and it happens, and right about the time that everything mixes and the change starts and it turns from an egg into an embryo, there's this little that runs across the whole surface of it, and it looks like something out of a movie, like that one movie opener where it's got that blue thing floating there, the blue orb, and then this blue fire wraps around it, like that, except in real life and microscopic, like on a slide under a microscope. Yeah, no light for me. And see, that's another thing I thought, because Dad had asked me about this before he had passed. We were out there under the carport working on somebody's lawnmower, and we stopped. I lit a cigarette, and he's sitting there straightening his back out, and he said, "What do you figure happens when you die?" And I said, "Well, as near as I can tell from everything I've heard and all the different angles, you know about the religious thing, and the other side that I've heard is that when you die, you'll see a light. And if you go into that light, that's a soul trap, and you'll have to come back and go through this shit again. What you're supposed to do is turn away from that light and go into the darkness until you find the true light," which at the time I didn't know was the true light of enlightenment. But the reason it took Dad so long to get back around to it is because he turned and went into the darkness until he found true enlightenment, and then he came back. Or we've all been visited because the world's about to fucking end. Just saying, that's another option. But the world as we know it is about to end. That could have been it too. I know if I suddenly died and left my body, saw the light and turned around and I saw the universe, I'd be gone quite a while because I'd be looking around. I know if you get to have your choice on what you get to be, I don't think I'll ever be a person again. Well, as I understand it from the reincarnation things, Jewel, if your mom went into the light and you go into the light and get reincarnated, at some point in that next lifetime, you two will cross paths with each other if you're not her child again or she's not your child in your next life. Does that make any sense? But somehow or other, we keep crossing paths. Like, we've all been friends before. That's why when we met up, we just stuck. Because this shit has happened over and over and over again, and we keep running into each other. That's what I'm thinking too. The world as we know it is going to end, though. Like by 2025, it won't be the same no more. Or what am I saying? By 2030, it won't be the same no more. Because the 2025 plan is already kicking off. That's what they say. Every end is a new beginning. mean, it's only just been in the last, well, since Dad came to me to calm me down about his passing away, and then after Bruce and whoever the old guy is in white, that really got me puzzled. And I'm wondering if it was God, because that's been another heavy question on my mind. Darla knows. And now I honestly believe Jesus was a real person that existed about 2,000 years ago or something, somewhere around there. But I also still believe all the other shit too. So, I mean, it's like, what the fuck, man? Yeah, yeah. But then there's that conditional immortality thing. I mean, supposedly we already have it with or without him. Supposedly, depending on which school of thought you listen to. So what's the thing of the conditional part? Why does there have to be a condition? Then it's also crossed my mind. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 3 in 1, the triune being. But it's also crossed my mind that the reason for the conditional immortality could possibly be that after we pass on and convert into a soul, there could be things out there that could literally consume that soul and use us for food, even then, maybe even easier then. And this dude Jesus, he's badass enough that he can say, no, don't you do it, and all those things just don't do it. You know, he doesn't even have to say or else. You just say, don't do it. I mean, honestly, I don't understand it, even though I believe it. You know, really doesn't make any sense. But honestly, I've never understood it. I had a way better connection with all this shit when I was a very small child in diapers playing in the sand in front of a fucking tar paper shack in Mobile, Alabama. You know, it seemed like then I could be off by myself and I'd say a quick little prayer, and then a day or two, whatever it was, would just be there. Yeah, complete edits. That's why they talk about the word founded means found. This shit's been here. They just keep coming back and they find it and cut it out of the bushes and repurpose it and use it again. The fire narrative. I mean, it really does look like they're going to go with the fire narrative again. Hey, stats. You're just in time. We were talking about crazy shit. But actually, they've got a bunch of cycles. It's not just a 150-year cycle. I mean, like, oh God. The World's Fairs, those were steps up from the last reset. And then there was a period before the first of the World's Fairs. You see, during one of the World's Fairs, when they unveiled the infant incubator, it wasn't for premature babies necessarily. because you could grow a fucking kid in those things. It's just, I mean, it's crazy. Just take a half a second to think if a quarter of all the shit that has been said is true. It's crazy. It's okay, Jackie. They can be a control a fucking a control monitor for you, because if actual disclosure is taking place between the 13th and the 20th, here pretty soon they'll be telling you, well, I'll be damned. I can't believe it. If they're following mainstream media and they're really into mainstream media, here pretty soon they're either going to believe it or they're going to say mainstream media is lying. They've been lying the whole time. And then when shit starts blowing up everywhere, they'll believe it. True. I think about that Japanese thing too, though, the yin yang, the light and the darkness. It's got to be in balance. Hell, I don't know. We need a religious expert in the chat. Let them argue it out. Yeah. As soon as it's proven, see, the two options are, it's either going to be taken off of the air because they're about to blow everything up, or it's going to be taken off of the air because it's finally going to be shown to the public that mainstream media has been hiding and lying so much all these years, because there's been many a time that stories about UFOs and aliens have been on mainstream media, on the fucking news, on national news, and the story has always ended with, but it turned out to be a weather balloon. Officials still have no idea what the hell it was, and they just leave it at that and go on. And then from there on, they start making fun of people every now and again. He says he was probed in his butt. And actually, that was a requirement to get to. I mean, and it's funny too, but it is. Hey, suspicious guys. But that was a requirement too to get to abduct humans. If you probed them, you had to go through the anus, because nobody's gonna, say, hey, they stuck something in my butt. And if anybody does say, hey, they stuck something in my butt, everybody's gonna be like, ha ha ha. I mean, oh Lord. I mean, for real, it's hilarious. It's the easiest way to keep it really quiet for a long time. And then the Travis Walton thing, it leads me to believe that was a planned event, that they had intended, for him to be gone that long. They dropped him back off somewhere where his friends could easily find him. And God only knows what the hell they did to him for 14 days. And he's always had that look on his face like he's been violated. I'm not making fun of the man. I'm just saying from my abilities of observation, he looks like he's been through some trauma, some serious trauma. Not just a probing. It looks like they took him apart and put him back together a couple times. And he didn't deal with it too good. Like they were testing some shit out just to see if they could do it. Which is probably what they were doing. That's what they use us for. They like to just do shit to see if they can do it or not. And now it's to the point that it's fixing to hit the point that it's not going to be so hidden from us anymore. People are going to start having their fucking jaws fall off. That's fixing to happen too. But it's not going to, well, some of it's going to be us against each other down here on the ground. A lot of it's going to be our dark forces in the air shooting down. And then at some point, the extra dimensionals and extraterrestrials are going to have had enough. It's going to get to the point where we're fixing to put a rip in reality or some shit, or damage a timeline irreparably, and then they're going to step in and stop us. And they're not necessarily our friends. You know, they're just not as big enemies as our own people are our enemies. So really not, is really the better of two bad things is really what they are. They like to put on a good show. But I think that's because maybe they are wanting to escalate their relations so that it's on a more open and cooperative basis. So they're trying to suddenly seem benevolent. You know, like, oh, we love the humans. Y'all are so great. You're fixing to ascend, this, that, and the other. When really they can already see the timelines forward and backwards. And they're like, yeah, we better get in there and get ready to step in before these little monkeys kill us. That's what I'd be doing. I'd be finding where this shit started, and I'd go back with 20 or 30 guys, and I'd be like, hey, look, don't do that. Come here, come with us. And I'd take him back with us. Be like, there you go, problem solved. I know time travel don't work like that, but yep. They're gonna, what do they call it? They're killing, literally, it's been termed, or we've been termed, useless eaters. Because we don't contribute that much or anything necessarily to the whole of the planet. We just consume resources. So the uppity ups, one particular family in particular, that if you trace everything far enough, they literally own every damn thing, except for Trump. Now he supposedly owns a few continents, countries. I love you worthless eaters too. Yeah. And that's what's about to start happening. And I'm thinking it may be a thing of the whole plan, the original plan has gone to such a point that the purge part can't be stopped. We're eventually just going to be at each other's throats. And then that's when the alien invasion thing, the fake alien invasion thing is going to come in, so that we'll quit killing each other, start fighting them. But at some point, there's going to be a second group of aliens coming in here, or a second wave, however you want to call it. A second group of UFO type things. Yeah. I'm pretty sure they know exactly where I'm at. I thought I had dug that thing out of the back of my neck, but it started itching again. It's still there. I just barely, all it did was move deeper. I just barely scratched the top of it again. I'll probably be the one y'all have to run from because they'll be able to track me. See, they're trying to stop me. Yeah, I'll probably be the one y'all have to run from because they got a tracking device in my neck. You know what I'd get? It's hilarious, but I'm not joking. I'd get a bottle of that fart spray, and then I'd mess up the end of the hole before you ever squish it down. Get some little razor blade or something and put you right across the hole there so that it'll kind of squirt out instead of making a spray. Or just change up the squirt bottle top when you're outside after you take a very deep breath. But I guarantee you, if one spray of that can clear out a store, if you hit somebody in the face with a squirt of fart spray, they're not going to be worried about you, and it'll probably work on aliens too. That's another thing that's fixing to come out too. I know, right? Oof, that would have been creepy. I don't know. Maybe that's what they're doing with California. Maybe they're trying to sage the planet. Yeah, put the top of one of those on there. But yeah, fart spray, ladies. I'm not kidding you. Tell your younger women in your family the absolute best defense against any kind of sexual assault is fart spray. And if all else fails, this is what they, no shit, I'm not joking with you either. This is literally what they tell people in the military and prison guards. This is actual instructions during training. And if all else fails and you can't stop them, mess yourself. Shit your pants. They're not going to want to keep going. They might do worse to you, but you won't get violated. I swear to God, cross my heart, hope to die. That's actual training instruction right there. Exactly. Especially in maximum security prison, they tell you to not take a shit before you come to work. You hold it. You try to keep one in the chamber. But yeah, basically, Jules, that's crap on demand. Oh Lord. No, Lord. Oh man, we will solve the world's problems one day. Oh, you know what kills me is those shipping containers with the screaming and the hollering and the banging going on. Buddy, I don't care who the hell's paying signing my check, how long I've been working there. If I was on that boat with a walkie-talkie and one of those things went past me, I'd immediately report some kind of a problem, so they'd have to set that bitch down. And the next thing I would do would be losing my job when I cut that container door open. I mean, really though, it's true advice. Riverbend Maximum Security Prison. I think that was the second half hour into the first day of training. Dude was trying to make it all jovial and stuff so that everybody would get extra relaxed, so that the next day when it got a little more in your face, they could tell who was going to be easier to break. I don't like the prairie dog. Yeah, I don't enjoy having a turtle head either. Especially when it's so bad nobody can tell you a joke. It's like, hey, you want to hear a joke? And you're like, no, I do not. I don't want to hear a joke. Hey, Stephen A. How's your night going, man? I know, right? It was funny as hell. Oh, that was some of the funniest shit I ever had told to me at any beginning of any job ever. If all else fails, mess your pants. Oh my god. Man, Steven, you missed a good long, just nothing but a chat. A little struggling with the inside of a fishbowl. Oh, that was hilarious. We've literally talked about everything from aliens to anuses. And zebrafish. I'm not kidding either. Oh Lord. Yeah, see this one wasn't eye candy, but it was ear candy. Oh Lord. Yes. Yes, Darla. Not only that, in every brand of hot dog. I know, brother. It still gets me too. We were just we were literally railing about that earlier, because all this shit going on now. I mean, uh, And see, technically, my better half pointed out the other day, technically, that if every time my nose is running, I'm actually crying without shedding any tears, then I haven't stopped crying in over a month. Yeah. Yeah, it's not the same. It's fucking not the same. Yeah, that's why Captain Kirk loves toilet paper. Because it goes around your anus and wipes out clean ones. Oh God, yeah. Yeah. But see, Stephen, we've figured that shit out too. It's like that because we've all crossed paths in so many reincarnations that this time we formed a group. Helicopters in the distance haven't even gone away at all. Hear them? Had to let the dogs out. And they just been out there all day. All day. Hey, it's true though. Yep. Did you hear the helicopters in the background? Those are the big, oh God, what the fuck they call it? Forward observer Apaches with the big ball on top. And they are fully loaded. Which makes me wonder, why are they flying around here with all of their gear? Well, no, not me. I mean, they're usually around my house, but they're everywhere now. They finally, just today, they finally started admitting that, yeah, they're not ours. The shit we can't deal with. I can't wait to do an outdoor trek. I won't get to do that until I get to West Virginia. But I did figure out one plus. Tony pointed it out to me, rather. I didn't figure it out. But I figured out one plus in the situation, or another plus, is that up there I'll have more drivers, whether I'm able to drive due to a recent seizure or not. And if I've got a driver, that means I'll have an escort, so there'll most likely be somebody there to roll me over. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. These aren't. It makes me think drones are in the area. I could have swore I saw a couple of weird stars last night, except it was two lights really close together, sitting there not moving, and there was three of them, or three sets rather. And then now we got Apaches all over the place. Me too, man. I wish you could have seen what's going on now. And I'm betting anything what's going on now had something to do with his passing, with us having lost him. And see, really, if you think about it, believing as we believe, You know, we lost Bruce. Bruce just moved on. We mourn for ourselves, not for him. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, fucking, have you seen the shit where they're talking about upper atmosphere plasmoid beings? They've been throwing that video around a lot today. And I heard that and immediately got just a little bit pissed off. I'm like, well, where the fuck did I hear that before? Before I just now heard it from your ass. It is the jellyfish. They live up there on the edge of space, like right on the top, like floating on top of the atmosphere, right? Like a Portuguese man o' war, right? And so they can literally survive in space. What's to say, one didn't get zapped or shot out by a fucking hurricane and some of them ended up on the moon? Or what says they didn't come here from the moon? What says there's not their cousins up there on the moon that Bruce was already filming, pointing out, calling plasmoids? I mean, there's too much. There's just too much that just fucking, it stinks. It fucking stinks. And I believe so much that all this shit happening right now is because of it. Because he was letting it out too fast, too soon, too bluntly. And just it fucking, somehow or other, they thought that it was worth. Somehow they thought that shit was worth another 120 days of secrecy. And I've been wondering if I hadn't been scooped up and run through the ringer again a couple of more times here in the last couple of weeks. I'll try to do more of these. Oh yeah, he enjoyed it. He fucking enjoyed it. Catch him on just the right day and a fucking troll cross his path. Oh, it was no longer about the moon. It was about talking to a troll. It was, oh, I loved it. I loved it. Oh God, yeah. And now you know what, you fucker? you're not you're not gonna get to see anything I see anymore. I don't give a damn if you believe me or not. That's fucking just priceless. But yeah, all this fucking shit, and they're starting to fucking just sing the same fucking song. And I mean, honestly to God, I've done so much looking into how long a fucking autopsy takes, and there's no goddamn reason whatsoever that it should take anywhere over 90 days for any natural causes. Just literally, absolutely no fucking way. Unless the person is still in medical school, no way. It's just, it fucking stinks. And then, of course, all the, man, like the theme song, that keeps playing through my head, especially now. Because they are up there on the fucking moon and they're fixing to be coming down here real soon. Yeah, yeah. They were. That's what I'm saying. This shit only just started like what, a week or two ago, or a month or so ago. So if it was only a month ago, was it really worth a little over 90 days more secrecy? I mean, fucking, it's just pointless. Let him rattle on for another 3 fucking months. No, they had to save their goddamn pride, is what it was. I mean, what the fuck difference is, like we weren't able to have a blueprint of fucking everything. We just knew the shit was going on. Hey, look, there it is. And, you know, there was no goddamn timetable or any fucking thing. There was just, look, there's proof. They are there. Look, there they are again. And he had gotten to the point where he could tell where the fuck they were going to be because he had seen it so many times. I guarantee. I guarantee you, he had it set in his mind. He'd look at the fucking, get up and look at what day of the week it was, and he'd be like, yeah, okay, they're probably going to be around Maris Serenitatis again. There you go. Fuzzy little asses in here. I mean, for real. And I mean, me and him had a talk about it, and I'm like, just be careful. He's like, yeah, I am a little bit worried. And I'm like, I would be too. Think about this shit. They've been hiding it for decades, and they're not about to let fucking 40 anything year old retired amateur astronomer break this news. They're just not gonna. It's going to make them look either so fucking stupid or automatically call them out as liars. And not necessarily call them out as liars, it's going to hold them up as liars. And so I think it's still a shitty fucking reason. I mean, that's some bitch ass shit right there. Yeah. Yeah. Well, for the longest time there, Bruce was trying to figure out exactly where those crafts were coming from on the ground. Because he had, I think he said he had originally noticed them higher up, and when he followed them back, that's where they were coming from. I hadn't heard of Scanner Guy yet. Hadn't really been checking on any moon or sky videos. I've been looking for drone videos. I know that whatever they're flying, or whatever it is that's flying, that has the plasma balls around it. If it's not a plasmoid, and there are two of them, if it's not a plasmoid, then it's got a Tesla coil in it big enough that the field can envelop the thing's body and just stop whatever comes at it. No big deal. Just vaporizes it. Like that one that those dudes caught on that fishing boat, and it was sitting there, and looked all weird, had the big red circle in its face, and the deck underneath it was burnt from little hot plasma and shit dropping off of it. You know, I mean, let's be honest. I don't care how advanced your military is, if they're down like ours. Okay, let's say we've got 1,000,000 attack helicopters, just the most badass motherfuckers that you can think of, ready to take off right now in any one particular city. If they're aliens, or they've had since, let's see, the 60s to just build shit and stock it away, and then for each one of those you send 2,000 or 3,000 drones. So then it turns into one versus 2,000 or 3,000, all at the same time. There's just no chance. The drones just, it's like a fucking invasion of mosquitoes. And even heavy anti-aircraft gun couldn't do anything. And another reason that they could be doing this and doing it on purpose is to cause us to have a reason to agree to allow them to integrate AI into our defense systems with what do you call it? Autonomous response. Yeah, aliens, they hadn't landed yet. Earlier today, I saw a dude talking about that, and he said that the ones that disappear into nothing, they're going back into whichever higher or lower dimension they came from. And then there's also the thing of, that's our shit that has a cloaking device, because we have a TR-3B that has a cloaking device. It's just a fact. They're even admitting it openly. You know, talking about it on the news. Maybe it was one of those new TR-3Bs. Which, I mean, dumb as shit. And what gets me is the people that are hearing about the TR-3Bs on mainstream media, they're not putting it together with, hey, that's one of them UFOs. Oh. Stephen, he did send me a picture. Just wherever he is, he's okay, but he's pissed off too. We all love him. Well, yeah, they've also got, not all of those planes spraying shit are dropping off chems. The ones that have a more coherent stream for longer, those are fuels for gigantic invisible shit floating around up there, supposedly. Like, oh man, like, we thought we knew a lot, and turns out we did. There's even more. there's even more. Really, that's what it's felt like all day today. It's like 2 or 3 things would click, and it's like, aha. And then not 5 minutes later, something, you notice something, it's like, but wait, there's more. Yeah, can we? Without YouTube fucking flipping. I mean, I've already got a playlist labeled from Bruce Sees All. All I got to do is start adding to it and it'll move up to the top one. Absolutely consider it done. That'll be my new spare time when I'm able to see. I will as soon as I get people to share them too. I'm also thinking about, and I'm pretty sure everybody will agree with me, instead of leaving the title Kai is live number, whatever in the hell, the next one I'll do will just be Brucey's all or BSA chat group number 1. And it'll be better that way because not all the time my hands are working anymore. So pretty soon I wouldn't be able to carve rock with the best fucking tools on the planet. Maybe with a computer. I wanna, oh my God, I gotta get a hold of this thing. It's a fucking engraver, little laser engraver. And you set some shit like this up under there, or some shit, the size of the bowl, and it'll put anything you want into it. Perfectly finished. I mean, intricate, perfect, in about 40 seconds. Shit that would take me like 3 months. I mean, man, I saw that and I was like, oh, like you can get this now. You can get this for your rock carving hobbies. Yeah, they're monitoring me, and then but I watched the commercial and I'm like, holy shit, I got to get one. Yeah, for real, for real. Hey, Darla, you can run his channel, so we could start doing a thing. I'll do the join in thing, and you can join in from his channel and pick whichever the hell ones you want to show. Well, you've been able to send messages from his channel, right? From the studio. Other than that, I don't know. It's just an idea. Well, then you should be able to there should be able to repost, or if there's repost, clip, all that good shit. It would make sense that since you know how to operate a computer, you should be able to come on my stream and we can start re-showing his everything. Yeah, that's what I mean. Start re-showing everything from the first one. I have no idea how to do it, babe. You'll have to get Jason to try to show you. We'll just be piggybacking it through my phone onto my channel. I mean, there's got to be a way to do it. Other motherfuckers do it all the time. I've seen it. I mean, I think it would be cool as hell. Just start re-showing them all the way from the beginning. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Ask Jason. He knows how to do this shit. I barely know how to work my phone. The last time I tried to do a live in 30 minutes, I almost couldn't get back into damn live. I was hanging out in the chat going, I'm going to try to get back in again. I'll be right back. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Have Darla like literally do the there's an option so that people could join, and then Darla could click on the stream on Bruce's channel and then enter the chat. I'll take my pills in a minute. Then or enter the feed or whatever the hell they call it and show a video. I don't know how that would work on her side, but there's got to be a way that that computer can split screen and all that good shit still. I know my phone don't do that. I know, right? That's where it came from, they say. But yeah, I'd be more than willing to do it. We'll even go back to, because I know when he started, he was doing shit 2 or 3 times a day, or 2 or 3 times a day. He's doing the lives like 3 times a week. We'll go back to the same schedules and shit. And then all the way up to the one where he explains, look, gonna have to drop the Monday live. Fucking working my ass off over here. I mean, literally just show them all again in sequence. And I bet, see, there's got to be a way that we could schedule it together so that you'd be able to send out a notice. You can do it? Hell yeah, Jules. See, I cannot download. That's what I mean. It has to be his icon. It literally has to be on his channel. And plus, when you get on with his icon again, I'm gonna make that icon. God damn it! I'm gonna make that icon a managing moderator, so that when you're there on that icon, you still got the same powers, and abilities, while you're wearing your superhero costume. Yeah, I mean, I know Jason ain't got the time to do it. I've got nothing but time to do it. And everybody that can download and repost, I guess, do it. Spread it. The more eyes we can get on it on purpose or by accident is the more chances to get subscribers. I need to just buck up and start adding to my playlist for one, and go ahead and move that one back up to the top. Oh, what? That fucking bites. Man, and these little bastards, they won't let you even bend the rules for the best fucking reason. For a noble reason. Fucking. No, they're not suppressing the truth at all. They don't want to control what we know. They're trying to help us. Ah, see, that's what I'm saying. You'd have to be on his account. Oh, well. Hmm. Yeah, that's a really good question. A better question is YouTube gonna honor it? Yeah, because I mean, like I said, I barely know how to operate this damn cell phone. With the way my memory and everything is getting, y'all are lucky every time I'm able to operate it to get on this bastard. Ah, well then that's gonna have to just wait then, because I'm not about to ask anybody to push him into doing anything he's not emotionally ready for. That would fuck him up right now. Oh, you mean sharing the link? That's a whole different thing, because they click the link and it takes them right there. You're cut out of it, other than sending the link. This fucking world. Russian vodka. Oh shit. Yeah, you might want to listen to Darla, guys. She's smarter than me about this shit. I'll freely and quickly admit it. I'll beg you to understand and believe me. Try to explain it, but probably can't. Mm, I don't know. It's going to take some investigating for sure. Here pretty soon, well, here pretty soon they're going to admit that they're doing it. But Google and YouTube is already collecting everybody's information, and it's getting passed around so that everybody knows everything about everybody. Welcome to 1984. Hearing another, heard about it 5 days ago. So in another 10 days, they should be coming out with that. And they're piling everything on as close together as they can. That's true. That is true. It's just like I said, will they honor it though? You see, another thing that I found out is that whether you put a copyright on it or not, if you publish it through YouTube, then YouTube also has rights to it. It's not only just yours. They retain the rights to use it any fucking way they want to when they get around to wanting to use it. Sad but true. It's like the deal with releasing more than 2 videos a day. Anything after that second video, the notification doesn't get sent out for it. Guys, look what Tony gave me.
Paint it to make it look like the smart car.
She said I should paint it to make it look like the smart car. Is this a jab at me never getting to drive again, probably?
No. Why would you say such a thing? I think I left my.
Oh, man. That's hilarious. Somewhere there's some poor little kid going down the interstate crying about his little blue car.
Leave it at the hotel.
There we go. There's the. Give it a hood ornament. Get off my damn car.
I got an extra charger by any chance.
Right there on the table, baby. Oh, man. That's funny as hell. Bet it pops apart really easily. I could probably put lights and all that good shit in there. I could paint up the rims. It's got rims. Whatever that is. I'm already telling me I screwed it up. I got something on my screen. All better. Yeah, I don't know how to do that shit either. Here pretty soon I'm going to actually start taking the time to pause recording. Do some of this shit either more staged or spend more time over here doing it, and just when I show it with no sound, about 50 times speed it up. That could work. Figure out how to do it. It'll get his channel active again too. Love you, Jules. Have sweet dreams. Yeah, I'm fixing to have to jump off of here too. We just hit the 3-hour mark. And we got to go get TJ.
Hello. All right, give us a few minutes and we'll be on our way.
Yep. Nobody was paying attention. We're late. Guys, I gotta go, guys. We forgot to go get TJ. He just called.
I didn't forget. He just got done earlier than
Oh, he got done earlier? Okay. Thank God. Okay, we didn't forget. He just got done earlier, and it made me panic.
I'll admit I sometimes forget about him, but we gotta go.
Oh, I'll say a quick prayer here and we'll hop off. And but yeah, let's look into that backroom stuff, the movie night thing, and that way we can have the chat room running, talking about the videos and drawing in subscribers for his channel. We can fucking get him to that million subscriber mark. That'd be fucking awesome. I bet YouTube would just despise us. Oh Lord. But yeah, y'all have to get with that and work that out because I don't own a damn computer. But guys, let's see, what is this? Monday. See, I'll be back on Wednesday. We'll start doing the Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I try my very hardest. And see, we'll say a quick prayer and hop off. Creator of creation, please continue to bring us the answers to our questions. Show us the truth. Bring us together in understanding and wisdom. Amen. Because I believe those are the things we need most right now. Wisdom and understanding of what the hell is going on.
Love you guys. I'll try to be on Wednesday.
Aw. Yeah, I'll be back Wednesday. Let's see, we want to do it to sell cards, so let's get all the work together. Oh yeah, cell phone cards. Yeah, I was wondering what that gigantic slot was for. Hey, we can practice paneling over here. I can do the let others join thing, and we can burn the channel up. I'll just make another one. Or I'll just go back to Mr. Cuddles. Okay, guys, I gotta hop off. She's shaking keys at me. Love you guys. Have sweet dreams, and I will see you Wednesday.